Day 2 of correcting our lower back arching, so it's going to be static stretching for our groin and hamstrings. The first hamstring stretch we're going to do is what I call the door frame stretch. So we're going to go ahead, I happen to have my squat rack, which works perfectly fine, but you're going to go ahead in a door frame, so your foot is going inside the door. You're going to scoot your butt close to that wall. We're going to go ahead and elevate our other hamstring, so our butt can be close, and this way we can keep our core tight and keep working, keeping our leg perfectly straight. You want to try not to have a bent knee on this, so if you find your knees bending, you just simply scooch back a little bit and work on just keeping that leg straight. You can kind of bend your other leg, keep your core braced, try to keep your back flat, and then you can extend that leg down, making sure that our back isn't compromised and arching. Hold this for around a minute on each side, 4 or 5 rounds. You're really gonna feel the stretching your hamstring, and to get more of a stretch, you scooch closer to the wall. The next hamstring stretch, we'll just need a band or a strap. Go ahead and secure it around your foot, preferably with shoes on, so you don't risk smacking yourself in the face, but wrap it around one time, make sure it's secured. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna lay back, keep your legs straight, and then we pull. Keep your head down, and we're keeping that back flat. Try to create that tension sooner so we're more efficient with our stretch. Work on doing less work to get more results. So keep that leg straight, pull tight, bring it back, and just hold. So we're gonna hold a minute on each side. We're going through 4 times each. The next hamstring stretch will require a distraction, so make sure we have a solid band system where they're secured safely. We're gonna go ahead and lay down, bring our leg through, and place it at the top of our hip, so the front is up on the hip flexor and our leg is elevated, so it's safe there. And then with the other band, we're gonna go ahead and secure it around our foot. We're simply adding a distraction to that last stretch we worked on. Keep that leg straight and work on pulling back. The band tension is adding extra range of motion in that joint from the bottom, so if you want more band tension, simply scooch back, and then you'll have added tension here at the top of our groin and the top of our hip. Hold 1 minute on each side. We'll go 3 rounds through with this one. For the first groin stretch, we're gonna do what's called the ballerina stretch. Position the elevated surface next to you. If you don't want it too high, we wanna start this, obviously do less work than we need to. We're gonna place our knee on the elevated surface, so the inside of our leg is there. We're gonna walk our other foot out slightly. Then we're gonna work on dropping down and pulling our hips forward at the same time. So we're going down and squeezing our butt, so we push forward. You're gonna feel it coming up our groin and that leg that's elevated. Do not try to do this with your foot, because when we place our foot up on the elevated surface, it puts a lot of tension on the inside of our knee, on our MCL, and we do not need that kind of tension. Work on maximizing the efficiency, do less work to get more results. Place your knee and shin on the elevated surface, sink down and squeeze your butt cheek, and feel that stretch in that groin. Hold 45 seconds on each side. The next stretch for the groin is what I call the hockey stretch. We'll need valve slides or a slide board, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna position them on the ground. We're gonna place both knees on the valve slide, try to have it on the inside of our knees slightly. Position your forearms on the ground. We're gonna work on opening up our hips, so we go into a split. And then as we do this, we're gonna work on flexing our glutes. We push forward and slowly push back, and then we try to sink back into it and feel this come up our groin. Keep our core tight, try to keep our back as neutral as we can, and try to keep our knees stretched out wide and push our hips back and try and sit on our heels. Hold that for 45-second intervals with 15 seconds rest in between. Next one's called banded wall squat. So we're gonna hook the band around our knees, make sure it's on the front of our shin. We're gonna pull it tight, we gotta bring it around our lower back and up the other side. We're gonna hook it on our other knee. Put our femurs in a loaded position. So the band's pulling our femurs back into our hips, and we're gonna go ahead and scooch it as close to the wall as we can. Get our butt as close to the wall as possible. Place our feet on the wall, so keep shimmying close to that wall. And we're just gonna work on opening up our legs. Try to do your best to keep your feet flat. Once we kind of hang out here for a minute or two, we can then go ahead and try and pull down on our knees as we're sinking into this position, and keep breathing, keeping your back neutral, and trying to keep your full foot in contact with the wall or box in front of you. And hold this for 2-minute intervals